YouTube. This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'd like to thank everybody for coming to the channel, liking, subscribing, leaving your comments, whether positive or negative. You know what I mean? This here is Let's Talk About It, with the documentary that came out yesterday. I greet everybody upon this afternoon. Yeah, I know my disclaimer. I'm not a pastor, preacher. I don't hold any type of office in the church. So please do not lay claims of those titles on me. We're not here to violate any type of community guidelines, any type of copyright infringement at all. Shout out to everybody who's going to join this live now, those who are going to catch it, in the middle, and those who are going to catch it when it uploads to YouTube. What's up to Tanya Renee? You know what I mean? We're here to talk about, the documentary, not the full recap or anything like that. That's gonna be later when we get on the StreamYard. So we're gonna have a full recap later on today on the StreamYard, where so I allow people to come on. But right now, we're just gonna talk about a little parts of the little part of the documentary right now that I checked out. What have you? What's up to DJ Grant? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. It was a long documentary yesterday, about 7 hours long, almost to that point or whatever, but very, very interesting documentary. I didn't know that many preachers was coming after that many preachers was coming after Gino and whatnot. A lot of good footage from back then. You know what I mean? Do remember I'm on 8 years in, it's truth of God and whatnot. You understand? Well, we're here to talk about the situation was a part in the documentary where E.W. Tooks and his, as Brother Dan said, small congregation. Yo, Brother Dan, he threw a pop shot. He said small congregation. He ain't say it like I'm saying it, but he just said small. E.W. Tooks in his small congregation game. That was funny. I laughed at that one for sure. So shout out to Brother Dan, man, did his thing. Mr. Rollins did his thing too with the voiceover and what have you. Excellent job, Ron Skaleski and for surety. I know I was broadcasting it yesterday on my primary YouTube channel, but I got the call from I got the call that it might be some copyrights in it, so just hold back from it. So as a humble brother, and it was right. It was some copyrights in there. I received that on my first YouTube channel with some copyrights in there and whatnot. I still got it, but it's in private, not public. You know what I mean? But shout out to the whole First Church. I got the whole documentary and whatnot, and very interesting. He said, "Why Tooks got a Dracula cape on?" Tooks the crook. Oh man, that was pretty hilarious. And you know what? That was something very interesting. I see why Peter Cox is so adamant. Rachel Tooks, and I'm gonna give a little history on that. Them coming on my channel and what have you. And what's up to the mind of an introvert? Shout out to you. Grant says, by the time I got to the documentary, it was near the end. It was still wonderful for sure. For sure, I believe they're gonna be broadcasting it today from their YouTube channel and whatnot. Very interesting for sure. Shout out to them. I'll say another comment. He says, "What E.W. Tooks was in the video? I missed it. What did they say?" Well, at timestamp, where I'm at, because I'm at timestamp 236:50 of the documentary. Some people was asking, "Can I rewind it? Can I rewind it?" He says, "I'm a little lost. Who's Tooks?" Well, Bishop E.W. Tooks is an old time preacher from Philadelphia, who had some issues with Gino, and he showed up unannounced to Frankfurt where they was at with his small congregation, and they had the video playing. I mean, I have it right here. Let me play it.
In the early 1990s, preachers would continue to attack the church on their radio broadcasts or would come to the church to confront Pastor Jennings. On November the 1st, 1992, Bishop E.W. Tooks and a small congregation came.
Yep. So they came. So they came. Let me see if I can show it. Let me expand it. Let me see if this would work. So this right here, E.W. Tooks. This is a video of him coming to First Church on Frankfurt. Let me turn it down. Let me see if I can dim it a little bit for the camera's sake. Right here.
1990s.
Run this back. All right. Let me run this back a bit. There we go.
In the early 1990s, preachers would continue to attack the church on their radio broadcasts or would come to the church to confront Pastor Jennings. On November the 1st, 1992, Bishop E.W. Tooks and a small congregation came.
So I believe somebody said Peter Cox was in this one because a lot of people don't know that Peter Cox was, I guess he was one of E.W. Tooks' readers and what have you. You know what I mean? Somebody said that. I tried to look for him. Wasn't trying to be funny or anything, but you know, it was a couple of chubby guys that might be resembled to Peter Cox in that video. A young Peter Cox, I don't know. Maybe he'll confirm it. You know how he is with his videos. So when I put out the Truth of God 8 years ago on my channel, I didn't know nothing about it. You understand that? I'm just a YouTuber putting out the Truth of God because I wanted to, have it on my channel. And Mr. Peter Cox was one of the individuals that will come on the channel and heckle. You understand? I didn't know what was his problem or what was his issue or anything like that. You got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm fresh out the streets and I don't know who this guy is, and he's talking nonsense, and the only thing I knew was physical combat. You understand? My first time, putting out the Truth of God, I didn't think, church people would be like that. You understand? So he came off in such a way, like, who is this guy? Where you from? You know what I'm saying? Where you from? You know what I mean? Like, why you talking like that? You supposed to be a church guy. He kept channel often. And some people was mentioning E.W. Tooks. I didn't know who these people was at the time. You know what I mean? And to this day, Mr. Peter Cox still is how he is to this day. You understand that? I guess he's trying to pick up the wand that Tooks left. Because Tooks passed away some time ago, and whatnot. And this is very interesting footage, and what have you. Let me get back to these comments. What's up to DB? Shout out to you. What's up to Terrence? What up, what up, what up? He said one of them. Oh, yeah, absolutely. And Tooks wasn't the only one who came to the church. He had a few individuals, in fact, not a few, a lot. You understand that some came into the congregation. I mean, Reginald Young, he's very adamant about getting a debate. But man, Young is just one of many. You understand that? One of many in which I learned watching that documentary. You know what I mean? It was a sad thing that, people in the community, you know what? I'm not even going to, put any fault on anybody in the community, but when you're in a community like that and you preaching the truth and you sticking up for truth, and then you have other preachers who seem to be jealous of you, man, that's just terrible, man. You're supposed to stay, of course, as a community to build up the community and whatnot, not go against each other. You know what I'm saying? Jealousy and hatred at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Why couldn't Tooks put that time and effort into uplifting? You understand that? He made it seem for nothing at the end of the day. Now, a person, if they opt not to want to have a discussion based upon how you came, that doesn't mean they're scared or anything like that. You know what I mean? And, quite a bit of those so-called ministers came in there. You know what I mean? And try to get a debate or a discussion or whatever the case may be. They did it not in order or not decent. You know what? Wayne Smith always bring it up, and it was his first time debating, and he was, young guy, whatever the case may be, in the scriptures, but he had more sense than a lot of them so-called preachers out there, who wanted to get a discussion. You know what I mean? Gino P says I got to watch the rewind. They're about 90 minutes that I missed. He says we'll have to ask OP if he was there. Um, he said the clown Murray is the same way. What do you mean by that? Gino P says Reginald Young debated PJ in '94, and he's still on PJ wave. Well, a lot of them are. Even the members. You understand that it's been about 30 years, I think, right? I was 10 years old. And I mean, here it is. I'm 40 years of age and whatnot. And you know what I mean? And some people still got the same energy as before. For what? You know what I mean? I mean, Peter Cox back then. That was, let me see when this was.
First, preachers would continue to attack the church.
This is actually in '92 when Tux came. 92, 32 years ago. 32 years ago. And Peter Cox, you still on it? 32 years ago. Wow. You understand that? Wow. 32 years. Terrence says that's so true. If ministers or these so-called men of God were of the same spirit, they supposed to always speak the same and not against each other when it comes to scriptural truth. For sure. For sure. So this happened. This happened back in November the 1st, 1992, 32 years ago. Wow. 32 years ago. And you got, Rachel Tooks, I believe that's E.W. Tooks' daughter. She inboxed me last week. E.W. Tooks, I think that's his daughter, or whoever it is, Rachel Tooks, inboxed me last week. What you inboxing me for? I ain't no preacher. You gonna get the response that you ain't, you know what I'm saying, that you ain't gonna like. You know what I mean? I called her Peter Cox side piece. What you inboxing me for? I don't know you like that. It's something different when you inbox me on Facebook. I think, Facebook is a little bit more family oriented and whatnot. And one should have some respect. You understand that? You ain't gonna get the response you think you're gonna get from me. You know what I mean? Rachel Tux. I'm gonna call you Peter Cox side piece. Because what you doing is what you trying to speak for him for. He got a wife. Let him handle it as a man. Do you understand that? You the female. If you want to talk, have your husband, your brother, your uncle, or whoever inbox me, not you. Otherwise, I'm gonna look at you as a side piece, a doorknob. Leave me alone. You understand that? I didn't bother you. You bothering me. You know what I mean? This woman inboxed me years ago. Rachel Tooks. Don't know from a can of paint. Who is this woman? Rachel Tooks. Go on her YouTube channel. It's just this woman is goofy and weird. Like, I don't know you. Leave me alone. Seriously. You're not going. You ain't going. Listen. You ain't gonna get them. Replies that you're looking for. Because you're bothering me. I don't know you. All right. DJ Grant says it seems like PJ debates these men. They seem to go deeper into their false doctrine instead of submitting to the scriptures and seem to get further from God and more in their opinions. I get messages from folks, members from S.C. Johnson about Gino. You understand? I'm like, yo, these folks are still harping on things from the past. We talking about S.C. Johnson people. You know what I mean? These guys got some personal issues or personal dealings within themselves. After 30, 40, 50 years, 60 years, or whatever the case may be, you know, some people just can't let go. Like I said, you might not get the response you're looking for. You know what I mean? I'm just a content creator. You know what I mean? Some people are still held up in whatever personal feelings that they got, jealousy type of feelings that they got, which is crazy. All right. Um, he said 30 years ago I was 15. What up, F? What's up to Aaron Michaels says Charles Dow has been calling Gino Jennings' name, calling Gino Jennings out for a debate, and Gino hasn't answered the call. Would you? You know what I mean? Would you? There's hundreds of people that will mention your name. Do you have time for that? Would you have time to respond to every man out there who's calling you out? There's thousands of men calling his name out. Thousands. Thousands. You got Dow, you got Murray, you got the folks in Canada, you got Peter Cox and his congregation, you got Murray and his followers, you got Dow and his followers. That's hundreds right there, on top of other people on YouTube. Thousands. Who has time for that? Man got 7 kids, man working real estate, got to provide for his wife, keep the home up to par, feed the people the scriptures and whatnot. Who has time to be answering all these people? That was not that important, to be honest with you. There's thousands. When people say that, I'm like, then you go be the assistant. You go be the assistant and you go answer all those emails like that. You volunteer your time to answer all those emails that come in like that. On top of taking care of your household, your well-being, all of that. Nobody has time for that. I mean, look at Floyd Mayweather. All these fighters called him out. Think he got time for that? No. 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 You understand? I didn't know there was so many guys calling Gino out or, trying to get a debate. A lot of them. A lot of them. Wow. And now we got the internet. Ah, man. Whew. Keith Walker. Something strange about Keith Walker. Something real strange about that guy. I don't know. He give me pedo vibes. Keith Walker, Murray follower. He just give me pedophile vibes. You understand that? We ain't saying you a pedophile, but you give off them type of weird vibes. Keith Walker. Keith Walker. Keith Walker. You know? There's something strange about that guy, man. Real strange. All right? DJ Grant says, the only men I seen that admitted they were wrong and was willing to learn openly was the Muslim brother in Jamaica. That was humble and was having a respectful conversation. Absolutely. Brother Rasul. Shout out to Rasul out there, man. Rasul, yep. Yep. I'd say a little bit of, Wayne Smith. He respects, You know what I mean? He learned a lot, and what have you. You know what I mean? He mentioned that often on when he come on. But we definitely will have the full recap tonight on the StreamYard. I'm gonna let y'all on. You know what I mean? I'm gonna let y'all on. I'm gonna put the link out. When I finish this, I'm gonna put the link out. We're gonna start it up. I gotta get my kids from, summer program, and I gotta eat dinner and whatnot. Let me get right, and then we can get to, you know what I mean, on the StreamYard later on. Let y'all on. The haters can come on too. Peter Cox, you come on too. Come on, Peter Cox. You can come on. I'll let you on. We'll let Peter Cox and anybody else, anybody from Tooks organization, anybody. You know what I mean? Even the fellow that was speaking for Tooks might have been his family member or something like that. all took followers. Tune in, all of them. You know, I was speaking with somebody that followed Essie Johnson today. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. You know what I mean? This stuff I didn't know was that lot of history. A lot. You understand that? But it's a blessing to be a part of this. And you know you see a lot of people trying to attack the YouTube, try to attack the YouTubers. You know, come on with it. Come on with it. You know what I mean? Come on with it. You understand? Come on with it. I see that, you know, they were speaking about folks was attacking, physically attacking church people. I wish you would. I wish you would. You understand? Whew. My. Folks, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted at all. You know what I mean? We trying to, you know, help people out as far as like putting out material and encouraging the people. You understand? I don't know why these fellas out there just can't keep it scriptural, and they pout and whine, and then they want to try to turn things into a physical setting. For what? You gonna mess around and run up the wrong tree. You know what I mean? Keep it, if you got a biblical issue, then keep it that way. Don't try to take something physical. You know what I mean? Don't inbox or say anything contrary to the word, because nobody want to give you attention at all. You understand? So let's go back to these comments. You know what I mean? Gino P, you funny, man. You know? Yeah, man, because, you know, I got family on Facebook that see that stuff, man. I got family, you know? I got family that see that stuff. And, you know, they're not those fellas in Canada. So they're a little bit closer in Philly. I got family in Philly also. Now we talking. Now we talking, you know? And if family members see that and they're in Philadelphia and what have you, listen, a lot of my family members ain't saved, especially ones in Philly. You know what I mean? So just be respectful when you go into somebody's family oriented thing and what have you. Even dealing with social media, especially if you call yourself a church person. You know what I mean? Because everybody don't take it as fun and games. Everybody don't watch YouTube. My family members don't watch YouTube in the sense of how we watch it and whatnot. You know what I mean? Time and time again, I tell people, you know, everybody is not saved. They don't care what's going on YouTube or whatever the case may be. But if you bothering their family members in a sense of disrespecting them, then a lot of them is like it's on site. So just be careful. You understand that, and be respectful when you comment on somebody's social media. We're talking to the trolls out there who's from the area of New Jersey and Pennsylvania and New York and stuff like that. Now, if you're in Canada, you know, they got different laws, so them clowns would talk like that up there. You understand that? You really can't reach them the way you want to. You know what I mean? All right. So a lot of them need to grow up and be mature and be respectful. You know, especially if you're a woman, Rachel Tulks. Have respect. You don't send. I think she sent like a long essay. Hopefully, I could pull that up on my Facebook, because I think I restricted her. I didn't block her. I restricted her, so it might have automatically deleted, you know, the message and what have you. You know, so she hit me up with a long essay. I didn't really read it or anything like that. You know, I don't pay no mind to it. I just said what I had to say, and I restricted her, and that was it. You understand? David B says, why should PJ waste his time with Dow? Like, seriously, absolutely. Dow is like less than low. You know? Of course, we like to see biblical discussions and whatnot and things of that nature. But some people it's just not worth it in general. We're speaking in general for sure. You know. All right. What up to Craig? Shout out to you. What up? What up? What up? Hey, Gino P said pedo vibes is crazy. I mean, if you ever look at Keith Walker videos, like him actually talking, you know what I mean? You could just tell something is not, some bells is not, it's not wrapped too tight. Something's not clicking up there. You understand that? And sometimes you could just tell by the way a person talking and look, their body language and stuff like that. You could tell it could be something that's not clicking up here, and whatnot. You understand? And if he would utilize his skill as far as like because he got the algorithm down pat, but it seemed like it's like slowing down on his end because all he do is talk about Gino Murray. Sometimes when you keep talking about the same stuff over and over, YouTube slows your algorithm down because you're not producing anything but just nonsense and garbage. You understand? But if he's talent and skill as far as like talking about stuff that can encourage people, your channel can grow. You understand that? I look at the particulars of a lot of things with people. You understand? But it's not wrapped too tight with that fella. And we do have that old discussion that you had with Peter Cox before you had a YouTube channel talking like that. You know, I didn't put that out yet. That was years ago. Finding Web You says afternoon. My twins and I watched the whole documentary. It was a blessing. Wonderful. What's up to Latanya? Shout out to you. Um, Samuel, what up? He says, I just think Peter Cox did not anticipate the ministry to be this large today. He says, I can bet that Mr. Cox watches the broadcast better than some members for faults, though. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. A lot. You know what? A lot of them, especially with Took's followings and whatnot, I'm pretty sure they thought that way. You understand that? And they're trying everything to find a fault. Fault finders. Not that there's any faults to be found, but that's what individuals like Peter Cox does. They watch the broadcast just to look for whatever they want to disagree with. If they don't find them, they just make stuff up, as you can see with Peter Cox. Peter Cox, when we had the discussion with Elder Campbell, and he tried to correct Campbell. Then I had somebody call me today trying to correct Campbell or trying to correct everything. Like these fellas, I just don't get them at the end of the day. You know what I mean? You got different, and he made some sense in the sense of a lot of them who was under Johnson, they branched off. There was a lot of individuals that branched off from Johnson that Johnson didn't ordain. You understand that? So a lot of individuals that's out here who you may have heard of, Johnson didn't ordain them. You know what I mean? And wow, you understand that? It makes you wonder. You understand that? It definitely makes you wonder, and whatnot. He also mentioned something I disagree with. He said something about Gino emulates Johnson. You mean imitate? You understand that? Listen, there's certain people out there that just may have the same style. My voice is, my voice. Some people may say, "Oh, well, you sound like Gino." No, this is my voice. I never knew the man since I was back in 2014. This is my voice. You know what I mean? We had mixtapes out, right? Talking. You understand that? And this is before the Truth of God, right? So we saw Gino yesterday on a documentary when he was a teenager. That's his voice. That's how he is. This is how he's preaching. So how could he trying to be like somebody when he been preaching like that since he was a kid? You understand that? They just so happen to got the same. Okay, so what? There's some similarities there. That don't mean somebody trying to be like somebody. They both from Philly. They both was in the Philadelphia area. That's like, fighters. Like a lot of Philly fighters got the same Philly style. Detroit fighters, Chicago fighters, New York fighters. You know what I mean? Just like Mexicans. They just love to brawl out. Not that it's a race thing, but Mexicans like to brawl out and stuff like that. Um, the minority fighters, we slick with it. Everybody got the same styles, some of the same similarities and whatnot. That doesn't mean they're trying to be like somebody. You understand that? And a lot of individuals are they're just trying to find little things. Some people call Gino a Muslim. All right, you call him a Muslim. You say he's trying to copy Johnson. I mean, what is it? You understand that? What is it? L.C. Matthews talking about he stole his gospel. Wow. You understand that? Wow. So people would try to find something. Well, you sound like this person. You sound like that person. Oh, you're Muslim. All this, all that. They're trying to find anything. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you can tell when somebody just, okay, that's just them. That's just their natural style. And you can tell when somebody's trying to copy somebody, like Murray. You can tell Kendrick Murray is trying to copy Gino. You could tell that. You know what I mean? It's a difference at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Because Murray came from under Gino. Gino did not come from under Essie Johnson. You understand that? And from the looks of it, I haven't seen no footage of Essie Johnson. And Dan the Man mentioned that at the end of that documentary, there was no visual footage of Essie Johnson. You understand that? So I don't get what these fellas is talking about who was under Johnson that Gino is trying to imitate Essie Johnson. All right. Grant says they attack the YouTubers and whatnot, but Gino consistently gives the invite to them if they want to come and debate respectfully. Absolutely. I listen. I don't mind being attacked. I don't mind. You know what I mean? They gonna bark up the wrong tree. As I tell them time and time again, I ain't no preacher. You understand that? I am not no preacher. You're a content creator. We doing our thing. You understand that? We can have a grown man conversation, like men. You understand that? Or whatever the case may be. Just be respectful. That's it. Especially if you're claiming to be in holiness. You know what I mean? If you claim to be a Christian, you expect difference. You expect different out of a Christian versus a Hebrew Israelite. We know Hebrew Israelites is going to use profanity. We know that. We know that's a possibility of happening. A Hebrew Israelite is possibly going to slip up and curse. We know that. We can't expect a Hebrew Israelite to act like a Christian. No. You understand that? But we supposed to expect a Christian to act like what the scriptures say to be or to act. You know what I mean? All right. It says, I hope I'm never in that situation because I don't ever want to hurt anyone, but I will not allow no one to hurt the church, especially physically. No. He says Matumbo voice. Matumbo. you know? Hey, folks is like that. Some folks is like that, man. Some folks is really like that. They get so upset they want to try to physically attack somebody and whatnot. But hey, I'm ready when you are. You know what I mean? That's my mindset, although we don't condone in that. What's up to Daryl Jones? He said, I'm glad you're on our side. What? Always been, man. Gino was the first one that I ran into in holiness. The first preacher. You know what I mean? Back in 2014. I didn't say, man, I don't like this guy. I'm like, yo, this guy's strict, but, I like it. You understand that? Guy's strict, firm. You know what I mean? So I didn't fight against it or anything. Found it interesting. You know what I mean? Even stuff in there that hurt me. I'm talking about a lot of stuff he was preaching when I first came across the truth of God hurt me. But yet I still kept tuning in. Like, man, I want to see program 1000 dash 111 and stuff like that. 1000 dash 11, excuse me, 1000 dash 1001. Beg your pardon. That's how I was. Let me see Truth of God 607 dash 609. Just kept watching. Kept watching. Got the DVDs. I had the CDs first. They sent me some. Back in 2014, I think, or 15. They were sending me CDs, and I would just pop them in, driving my truck, and what have you, taking notes. Oh boy, come on, man. Hey, yo, Christopher Wright, man. You don't get the notifications, man. Just call me while I'm on the live. Wow. I mean, dude, I'm pretty sure you got the notifications, man. You understand? Wow. Unreal. He said that name Peter Cox sounds corny. Well, that is his government name. That is his government name. What's up to number 33? Tanya Renee says that's true. Tread lightly and be respectful. Absolutely. Wayne Smith, you retracted a message. Hmm. Okay, let me see if I see his comment first. Um, hmm. He says, what is that? Cabernet Savage is from Philadelphia. He says, on death row. What's up, the known unknown? Hope all is well. DJ Grant says, what is crazy to me is I respect having a teacher you believe in, but if your teacher isn't speaking what the scriptures say, not what they meant, but what it says, then why can't they admit they wrong? Mm, mm, mm. DJ Grant says, I heard a lot of people try and say Gino imitates S.C. Johnson, but I don't think so. They sound different, but both focus on the word of God. Yeah, people, they come up with their own, thoughts and opinions and whatnot. Like I said, it could be some similarities there, in general. You know what I mean? Even with Bishop Hunter. You know what I mean? It can be some similarities there as far as like, the voices and stuff like that. But hey, nobody. I don't think nobody's trying to imitate anybody. At the end of the day, what's up to E? Shout out to you. Hope all is well with you. He said that Philly shell. That Philly shell for sure. You know what I mean? He said, you just reminded me, Brother Tony, of that short Mexican fighter. I forget his name. He has a good fight against Tank. I love how he fights. Um, and his passion, they called him a pit bull, I believe. Well, he lost the other day. He talking about Esau Cruz. Sister Carol Lee says, was Tooks ordained by Johnson? We talked about that. I don't know. That I don't know. You know what I mean? I would hope the fella who I'm just gonna say his father, was recording S.C. Johnson, before S.C. Johnson was recording himself. So we would hope that individuals from S.C. Johnson could come on and talk about the history of S.C. Johnson, and whatnot, and answer questions, and what have you, for sure. He says, where can I find the written gospel of Mathis? Oh man. Appreciate that at Wayne Smith. Appreciate that. Craig says, even on discussions, people get upset if we're happy Jesus is the Lord. Yeah, people can get upset. Those who claim to be Christians, and whatnot. They do, which is a sad case. I mean, I find it comical. You know. um, you said your older cousin is. You said my older cousin, is a Hebrew Israelite. He curses like a sailor, but then tries to say he don't want to be around no one that's not Israel, meaning anyone who is not black. It's sad to me how he thinks. Yeah, a lot of them do. A lot of them think that way, man. You know. All right. He says, did Gino teach against the Holy Trinity? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. He debated that before. I mean, he debated that.
on their radio broadcast.
He debated that, the Trinity, and what have you. A lot of people try to contest the Trinity or whatever. A lot of, different Trinitarians got different outlooks and views on what the Trinity is. You understand that? So sometimes, one may come on, oh, three distinctive persons. Another one could say just three persons. Another one could say, four. So it's a lot of, Trinitarians that got different outlooks on what the Trinity is. All right. Mr. Simple Faith says, my bad, which means I'm sorry. You are forgiven, sir. You are forgiven at Mr. Christopher Wright. You know? Mr. Christopher Wright says, I was calling to let you know I passed my test and got my permit, man. For sure. That is a blessing. Mr. Christopher Wright, he took his CDL, I believe, Class B, took his test, and he passed. Wonderful. You understand that? We just here talking about E.W. Tooks, Mr. Peter Cox, former preacher, before he passed away. And it's a scene in a documentary where Tooks showed up at, First Church back in 92, November the 1st. You know what I mean? And folks is trying to weed out if Peter Cox was there. And it's a few candidates that look like him, little young candidates. you know. He says I didn't get a notification when you went live. I just went on YouTube hoping to see you live or preparing to be so I can tune in and booyah, see you on live. Well, I wasn't gonna come on live, but I decided to because I want to talk about this part, in the documentary just to get us warmed up for later on. The full recap is later. The full recap of the documentary is later. I might set it up for 7:30, excuse me, or might push it to 7:30, 8 o'clock today on the StreamYard. What up, Mark Cunningham? Shout out to you. Simple Fish has two reasons: pride and arrogance under devil influence. Tanya Renee says everyone needs to consistently check their subscriptions because YouTube keep unsubscribing. Wow. Just Grant says I'm hearing rumors about Pastor Jennings. Is it true that he's being investigated? Man, stop listening to that garbage. We did a video on that YouTuber. Them YouTubers out there overseas, they doing them crazy videos. You know what I mean? Stop listening to that stuff. I don't know why YouTube allows that stuff to happen. You know what I mean? You say anything about the Skittles community, they quick to remove your channel. But when you got YouTubers out there that, oh wow, Gino's being investigated. He was arrested for trying to slap TD Jakes. You got folks got videos out that like that. They do. They do. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. You understand? That is crazy. He says, what are Gino's beliefs on the Trinity? None. None. You gotta go type it in, man. Type in Gino Jennings Trinity on YouTube or Google and you'll see. Terrence says, my question is, who ordained Murray as an elder? If I recall, Gino didn't do it because he got kicked out before that. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know. You understand that? I have no idea. You know what I mean? You know, folks is some folks self-ordain themselves and whatnot. Some folks self-ordain themselves. What's up to Fleming? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. What's up to Ernest Beard? He says, I want to see that footage. We played it already. Let me hit this light right quick, but we played it already. And whatnot at Simple Faith. You know? So if you want to see the footage again, just let me know. You know, just let me know if you want to see that footage again. Matter of fact, we're gonna play it again. The footage. Whatnot.
In the early 1990s.
There we go.
In the early 1990s, preachers would continue to attack the church on their radio broadcasts or would come to the church to confront Pastor Jennings. On November the 1st, 1992, Bishop E.W. Tooks and his small congregation came. Pastor Gino Jennings condemned Bishop Tooks and said that Bishop Tooks did not have the gospel. We're here because we believe we have it. And we're going to see if Pastor Gino Jennings.
So whoever this is speaking for Tooks stating that he stated that Gino said that Tooks didn't have the gospel or didn't have the truth or whatever the case may be for whatever reason. So this is, I guess that's one of the reasons why they showed up or whatever the case may be, you know, at Simple Faith. What's up to Shelly Moss? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. What's up to Justin Grant? That is correct at Simple Faith. That is correct. Yes. Oh man, they about to start something, man. Oh man. I may pursue a class A and start trucking company. You say you're gonna start a trucking company with me? Huh. Funny. Funny. Uh. What up to Kobe? Did PJ ever debate Tooks? No. Well, not to my knowledge, and based upon this documentary. Fleming says, anyone believes gossip about Jennings lacks discernment. He says criticism never have pure motives. You're right about that. You're absolutely right about that for sure. Lady of Faith says greetings and all on the chat. Peace, peace for sure. Peace, peace unto you too. In general, you know what I mean. We're just here talking about this little segment, this little part, in a documentary and whatnot. You know. Yeah. Let me see. Simple Faith, he responded to Wayne. He says, I have an actual church assembly I attend. In fact, I live right next door to my church, so I can walk to services. Oh man, this is hilarious for sure. Y'all is hilarious, man, already. Y'all is hilarious. Courtney M says, some of these people I never heard of until this channel. Listen, I never heard of them either till, you know, folks starting to, you know, mention them some time ago. I never heard of some of the ministers that were trying to debate Gino until I saw this documentary. Grant says, I wonder why Peter Cox hasn't tried to debate PJ since he wants to stand up for Tooks. I think his Peter Cox approach, you know, his approach on YouTube and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I mean, look how he acts. I mean, who would be interested in debating Peter Cox? Let's just be honest. An in-person debate. He doesn't listen. You know what I mean? He interrupts. I wouldn't expect that from a person who was a reader from Tooks, for Tooks, an actual reader. uh, JR says, when did you find Gino? 2014. Lady of Faces, are they going to show more of the documentary? I watched some of it. I would love to see more. Well, it was almost 7 hours long. They showed all of it. We showed all of it, for sure. Where we at? Let me see. Hmm. Simple Face says Cox listens only to respond, never processes the information that is given to him. You got that right. You got that right. You know what I mean? That is a good way of putting it. Kobe says the documentary is a blessing. He says, God knows, I really enjoyed it. Absolutely. Shelly Moss says, why are all of these preachers and church folks, oh man, keep scrolling up, coming after PJ? Because they saw that he was saving souls, and this persists to this day. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I think a lot of it has to do with jealousy and hatred, and even his former preacher, Haywood Hinton was on here too. The man went back to go see Hinton. Wow, wow. Just think of it. A preacher, your former preacher, talked down on you, or whatever the case may be, or y'all had some disagreements, and then you got to where you at, and you went back. Wow, to have a conversation. That's humility right there. That's respect for sure. I almost missed that part. But that's respect right there that he went back. Haywood Hinton was his former minister. Haywood Hinton. Wu says maybe some of these pastors and preachers have taught incorrect doctrine, and now they realize it, and now they are doubling down on what they believe because they know they are in trouble. For sure. JR says, where do you find old videos that aren't on his channel no more? It depends what you're looking for. Some stuff is on my old computer. You know what I mean? I got some stuff on my flash drives and whatnot, a little stuff. But Dan the Man, he got all that. Dan and Ross Koleski, they got all that material. You know what I mean? Sometimes they play the throwbacks on the tug.tv. Sometimes they have the throwbacks on there. What up to Larry? What's up to Larry? Shout out to you. Hope all is well with you. At Brother Larry. Terrence says, I first found Gino when he was, oh man, this thing keep messing up. When he was on that radio station making the whole panel look bad. Then I kept seeing video after video and was stuck since then. Haven't never heard a man speak like that with such authority. Wonderful. Wonderful. He said, did he give you some tapes? I got tapes in here. I got cassette tapes. I got old cassette tapes and whatnot. You know what I mean? Larry says, I woke up a few days ago and was cracking up. You got a segment dedicated to Cox. Oh, man. Yeah, Yeah, that was pretty funny, for sure, the thumbnail and whatnot, and what have you. Mr. Peter Cox, he can be out of control a lot of time. Peter Cox, follower of E.W. Tooks, and whatnot. It's a sad thing that a grown man acts like that. Very, very sad. You understand that? Very, very sad. And that's just a crazy situation right there with Mr. Peter Cox. I see Simple Faith and Wayne Smith kind of going back and forth. Oh man, Mr. Hand, what up? Shout out to you, man. God bless you too. At Mr. Ham, thank you for joining this live right here at Mr. Ham. All right, A Brown, what up? He says, God bless. Blessings to all the mods and everyone else on here. You well rested. Absolutely. Absolutely. Mm. Terrence Norwood, he said, when you hear such authority preaching like that, that's after a while. He says, you are one of his sheep, knows his shepherd voice. DJ Grant says, what day is the next biblical discussions, and also what time is the recap today? Well, Mr. Simple Faith got a discussion coming up with Reginald Young, August the 19th, that Monday at 6 p.m. That Monday, August 19th, Reginald Young and Simple Faith will be having a biblical debate, you know, that Monday. The recap today, I got it set up. I got that recap set up for 8:30, but I might push it to 7:30 today. It all depends. So I might push it. I'm not sure. But I got it scheduled for 8:30 today. I will put the link in the chat. You know, it will be pinned and everything. And do remember, StreamYard only allows 10 people to the max to come on. All right? We just looking to have the recap on the documentary. You know what I mean? I think we had a topic the other day, something like that, and folks went off course, went off topic. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna either remove people or remove the parts that folks go off topic. I edited the whole part out. I think it was like 30 minutes off topic. Deleted it right out the live video. You understand that? So hey, we're gonna stay on topic. This is why I don't really say nothing, because I know I could edit things and take it out and just make it like a whole full video. You understand that? So the recap and feedback on the documentary. That's it. Nothing else. Anybody come on to the debate, delete, remove, blocked from the live stream, not the channel. You understand that? We're trying to keep things on one accord, one topic, one band, one sound. You understand that? Otherwise, you could talk about cheese doodles and onion rings for the whole hour. It won't stay up there. It'll just be deleted. That's it. You understand that? And we could just edit it as one video. You understand that? It serves for good watch time hours, but hey, we're gonna remove that part. You know? So we're trying to push it for 7:30. You know? Where can I watch the documentary? It's supposed to be coming out today, the full documentary on their YouTube channel. You know, I mean, I got it, but you know, I ain't putting it out until they put it out. You understand? So they should be putting it out today at 6. A lot of people watched the full documentary. Some people didn't, because there was only a certain amount of people that can get in to watch it. But they supposed to be putting it out today, I think. I'm not sure, 5, 6 o'clock. You know? What's up to Morgan? Morgan, you says, only wolves and heathens are jealous of PJ, that God actually found someone to actually use the truth in them to give God people a true meaning. They are fighting God. This man brought up the line from Drumline. You said that man, Dr. Lee. Oh, you funny. Oh man, the movies, man. Lady of Faith says, "Amen." Stay on topic. See, so that's another thing I watch for a lot of people, to stay on topic. And when we go off topic, you gotta learn how to merge it back on. You know, like when Simple Faith came in and talked about the CDLs, merge it right back on to talking about what we're talking about right now, with E.W. Tooks and other preachers trying to get a debate. You know what I mean? You showing up to people's churches to trying to get a debate. This is back in 92. I didn't know it was that long. 1992. So this was a great, it was a great documentary, and whatnot. You know, let me see what else this guy's saying.
We say that Pastor Gino Jennings is a coward. We say that he don't stand for what he believes in. He's nothing but talk.
This, the cat. If you go to timestamp 237, when the video come out, I think that's it. That look like Peter Cox with the fade, man. This chubby kid, he got a white shirt. You know what I mean? Let me see if I could, blown it up and what have you. I'm gonna show y'all. This look like Peter Cox, man. I'm gonna try to zoom it in. We're gonna try to go up with this one. Either the guy with the blue coat on or the white one. It looked like him. Oh man, let me see. I messed that up right there. Yo, that look like Cox right there, man, with the blue jacket or the white one. Yo, that look just like Peter, man. It might not be him, but that looked like him. I ain't even trying to be funny, but that looked like him though. Appreciate that. What time is it in America? Well, where I'm at, it's 4:32 p.m. where I'm at. You said it's 9:29 in the UK. What's up to John Smith? Shout out to you. Fleming says the documentary is necessary. We'll understand more of how real PJ is and where they came from. Absolutely. What's up to Zuzu? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Hope all is well with you. At Zuzu, we just going through this documentary. This little small part in here, where as though this preacher showed up, at First Church E.W. Tooks, which is a so-called preacher that Peter Cox was under. If y'all don't know who Peter Cox is, he's an individual that come on here and heckles and stuff like that. And he makes his little videos and whatnot and stuff like that against what we put out in reference to the truth of God and whatnot. You know what I mean? And I remember, just checking out who this guy Tooks was at one point and just listening to him. He really don't really teach on anything. He harp on a lot. Men don't know this, men don't know that, and we got the truth, and not really preaching on according to the stuff I've heard from him and whatnot. You know what I mean? So you're gonna have a lot of individuals out here for sure. All right, let's go to these comments. I think I'm seeing comments that I'm not seeing on my phone. All right, Simple Face says E.W. Tooks did lay the smackdown on Smallwood though. Craig says the blue one is him. It looks like. Yeah, I mean, we'll see if he confirmed that. What's up to Be Holy? He says I saw the debate with Smallwood and Tooks. Peter was reading. Oh man. Mr. Ham says, now you make me go search the video. What you referring to at Mr. Ham? Let me know what you're referring to. Dunbar says, I'm so thankful to the Lord for PJ. Every time I see more, the more I realize how he is a real apostle. Wonderful. He says, toggle to all comment, Tony. Well, sometimes the comments on the phone just stop, so I gotta look at my computer. Where we at? Fleming says, folks trying to run your channel when they send you comments that's off topic or go on the panel and be off topic. It's a lot of work, but glad you can edit them out. Absolutely. And one thing for sure that, you know, I'll let folks think they could run stuff, but you know, I know that's not the case. I just find it funny. You understand that? I find it real fun. I find it real funny, and whatnot. You know what I mean? But yes, I can edit things out. You know, if somebody go off topic for like 15, 20 minutes, timestamp, write it. That's going. That's being deleted. Doesn't matter who it is. You understand that? So the whole objective is to stay on topic. You know, sometimes I analyze people, and whatnot. You know, all right. What up, to TNT? Shout out to you. Hope all is well, man. Keep doing your thing. At TNT. Oh, okay. It's at timestamp 237 of the documentary at Mr. Ham. Timestamp 2 hours and 37 minutes is where around where Tooks, they had the footage of E.W. Tooks and whatnot. Simple Face says, my day is going way better today than yesterday. About to head over to the church for prayer and devotion after Tony shuts this down. Okay, cool. Hopefully, Lord willing, you'll be on later for the recap and whatnot. You know, check it out. I'll probably play a little bit. If they come out with the video on First Church YouTube channel, you know, I'll probably play just a little bit, just little parts, not the whole video. You understand that? Not the whole video at all. You know. You said, where is the documentary? He said, where is the documentary? I mean, it's not to the public, to my knowledge. You understand that? It's not to the public. I mean, I got it, you know, but it's not to the public. So if they didn't put it out to the public, I got to respect that. I ain't gonna put it out to the public. You know what I mean? I'm a humble brother. I could put out little stuff, little snippets here and there, but I'm not gonna put the whole documentary out. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna wait the First Church do it, because they gotta make some edits and references, some copyrights, and whatnot. You know, and I see what them copyrights are at in the video, but you know, that's for them to handle before then. You know, because when you put things out on YouTube, they're real heavy on the you know, certain things that deals with like copyrights and what have you. All right. Oh man. Tanya said, you reminded me of one day when Wayne said he was teaching. Yo, y'all hilarious. Y'all is hilarious. I remember that day Wayne was speaking in his preaching voice. That was hilarious. Ah, man. Wayne, you did it, man. You did it. I had to put the thing on mute, turn my camera off. If it wasn't already off, that was hilarious. Wayne, if you ever want to get people laughing, put on your preaching voice. That was hilarious, man. Wow. That was funny. You know what I mean? That was funny. You know? He says, take a nap. We don't need you asleep on StreamYard. Well, it's going to be short today, man. It ain't going to be all night. I got work tomorrow and whatnot. You know, we ain't going to be on the StreamYard all night. So hopefully I can start it around, man, the earliest probably going to be 7, latest 8:30. You know, we ain't going to pull it all night. The longest probably maybe 2.5, 3 hours. Maybe. We'll see, though. But all night, nope. Not tonight. He says Tony be chopping out all the foolery. Oh, yeah, man. especially if I remember. Sometimes I forget to remove certain things, and whatnot. But I'm gonna be on it a little bit more as far as like time stamping certain things I need to take out. You know, all right. Mm. um, cool. At Gino P, 6 p.m. He says, "Why are folks asking the same question about the documentary?" DJ Grant says, "Do you know if it's a way to buy the documentary so we can have it personally, just like a CD or tapes?" Well, it's coming out on First Church YouTube channel today. You know what I mean? So if you know how to download the videos from YouTube, you can do that. Or if you need assistance on how to do that, you know what I mean? Just hit me up, tell you how to do it. Put it on the flash drive, put it on a Blade DVD, and you can have it. you know, but I'm not sure if they selling it in general. You know, um, DJ Grant says when Wayne put on the preaching voice and changed his voice, I was laughing so hard, like an old school comedian show joke. Oh man, oh, I gotta find that part, man. Wayne, man. Terrence says I laugh at Wayne anyway, just by wow. Oh, you funny, man. You was hilarious. Mm. What's up to Jay Washington? Sound like shout out to you. Hey Wayne, where you at, man? Where you at? Shelly Moore says, hopefully, some souls that weren't saved after watching it, their minds change about Pastor Gino Jennings. Wonderful. Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely, man. The documentary was awesome, man. It's gonna be an interesting thing to hear the brothers recap and feedback later on when we talk about the whole documentary in full. I know a lot of us seen the whole thing and whatnot. Some people haven't. It's coming out at 6. So, as long, you're gonna be up to about 1 in the morning. As long, but it's gonna be a wonderful thing, and what have you in general, with the documentary, for sure. All right. How you doing again, that Zuzu? I greeted you earlier. Excuse me, for sure. You know. All right. She says I'll watch it in sections if I can't watch the whole thing at one time. Sections. Watching. That's what I thought was going to happen yesterday. I thought it was going to be like a part 1, part 2, part 3, and whatnot. But they decided to play the whole thing. Hey, it's all good. You know what I mean? M Brown says I can't wait to watch. For sure. Straight Facts says, why all of these people trying to make money off the truth of God, Tony? What you mean by that? What you mean why people trying to make money off the truth of God? What you mean by that? Let me know, because that could be another topic for a different, live or whatever the case may be. Because we're about to conclude this video in a bit. We're about to conclude in a bit. So let me know what you meant. We're about to wrap this thing up. Get up out of here right quick. So shout out to David B. Hope all is well with you at David B. So let me know what you're talking about at Straight Facts, and then we can knock off this live. We can knock off this live and get ready for the recap later on StreamYard. Free Mind said, when is Jesus coming back? I don't know. Who knows? Just be ready. Just be prepared. Just prepare yourself for when he does come back. You know what I mean? But I say, take your time, Lord. Take your time. I need more time to get more in preparation. You know what I mean? How can I know when Jesus is coming back? Huh? If I say Jesus come back tomorrow, would you believe me? You understand that? I don't know when Jesus is coming back. All I'm gonna say is take your time, Lord. Take your time. That's it. You know? All right. Um hmm. DJ Grant says, speaking of that, some people try to pimp the word of God to use people kind heart for money. Well, we definitely could have another topic on. We definitely could have a topic on that for sure. You know what I mean? In reference to that, you know. He says there are so many people with platforms. Fleming says he's basically saying folks using Jennings on their YouTube channel to get paid. Well, I will say this: if you're following the guidelines of YouTube as far as like using significant commentary to talk about, you know, whether it's different preachers or whatever the case may be, it could be justified. It could be. You understand that because you're using your own commentary. But if you're talking about like videos, like you know, reuse content and whatnot, there's a difference between reusing content and you having commentary over, you know, and you talking about, you know, if you disagree with them or if you just have commentary over the videos and whatnot, talking about it versus reuse content. You understand that? So, what are you referring to? You know what I mean? If you talking about, because I think it was one person who I think her name was Barry or something like that. She had her own content that she was putting out. She had her channel monetized, and then she started using Gino's videos, which is reused content, and YouTube demonetized her. You know what I mean? She thought she could get paid off of those Truth of God videos, just not saying anything. Now, if you're doing something like that, then I would say, you know, you're trying to use the videos because it's reused content. You can't do that. Now, if you are talking about a video and it's about Gino and whatnot, and it's significant commentary over it, which follows the YouTube guidelines in general, you know, I can say that's justified. You know what I mean? And that goes for any YouTube out there that's have commentary over anything. You know what I mean? Even you know, you could say it's about the false prophets because I don't know who's getting paid and or anything like that, and maybe just ads on their channel just because YouTube put them on there. You know, but if a person is like using videos, just the truth of God videos as reused content, then that could be a problem. You know what I mean? That could be an issue in general. You know? All right. um Simple Face says prepare like Jesus is coming tomorrow, but live like he is coming today. Ah. Ah. Where you get that from, Simple Faith? Where did you get that from? Huh? That'd go good on a shirt, you know. Terrence says, I think just straight facts mean like, oh, the clickbait. Okay. They use PJ pictures and keep his name in their mouth for likes and views. Clickbait. Okay, you're talking about, if you're talking about clickbait as far as like deception, you know, I'd say that's contrary to the word because, you know, although they may have commentary which follows the guidelines of YouTube, but they go contrary to the word of God. Deception. Like somebody put up, you know, Gino Jennings was arrested for, I don't know, something with TD Jakes. Clickbait. You know what I mean? It's contrary to the word of God because it's deception. But as far as like YouTube guidelines, they allow it because it's commentary over it, which is wrong. And I get it that, you know, YouTube has certain guidelines that you gotta follow, but I ain't trying to deceive nobody like how they are. You understand that? Just have Folks just don't know how to have basic commentary over the videos and talk about it and have feedback and whatnot. You know what I mean? And have other things on your channel. Put cooking videos up there and you know, whatever skill you got. But a lot of them just they reaching. People like that, they reaching for clicks, they reaching for likes, they reaching for views. They just gotta have it. It's like a drug for them. They gotta have a clickbait type of title. They just can't have a normal title. Well, recap from today's message. That's it. Let's talk about it. They gotta have a clickbait type of title. Gino Jennings arrested for stealing out a Red Lobster. Didn't pay his tab. They would have something like that. You understand that? They just can have a basic title. Gino Jennings teachings on Holy Communion. Let's talk about it. Simple as that. You know what I mean? Whereas though, hey, talk about it. What's your thoughts on it? What's your commentary about it? You know what I mean? It's your 100% content because it's your commentary over it, and you're not deceiving the people. When you're a YouTuber and you have a clickbait title, remember, you're going to be held accountable for that stuff if you don't repent and remove it. You understand that? According to the word of God. But a lot of people out there, they just get high off of likes and views and clickbaits, titles and stuff like that. Your channel could still grow righteously. You can have a righteous channel and it still grow. You understand that? It still grow at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So I don't know why people do that or anything. You still could get paid having a righteous channel. You understand that? It's just some people they just gotta have that high. They need that high of clickbait. I need these views. I just need it so bad. You understand that? You know what I mean? Be faithful over one subscriber. That's how I was. Times I wasn't getting no subscribers at all. I still was faithful. Thank you, Lord. One view. Thank you, Lord. You understand that? No views. Thank you, Lord. You know what I mean? Of course, over time, work, you pray, and things will come. It will click. You understand? All right? We about to come to a conclusion, or whatever the case may be. All right, what's up to Express? Shout out to you. What's up to Mark Cunningham? Lady of Faith, he says, you think they'll play the documentary on the next weekend since it's so long? A lot of people are saying the documentary is coming out today. A lot of people are saying that. You know, hey, we'll see. We shall see, and whatnot. David B says, Fremont said, I'm just saying all these years later and nobody on the same accord. Oh, okay. Well, listen, man, I don't know when the Lord is coming. I don't know. No man knows. You understand that? You're right. You know, folks who profess Christ supposed to be on the same accord. I do agree with that. You know? John Smith says, the comment went away. He says the hat says Tony Harvin YouTube channel, but these guys must think it reads something else. Straight Fact says that's it. There are so many doing that, trying to make money, but not saying anything. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's a lot of people that's trying to make money. They don't want to put in the work, man. That's the thing. They don't want to put in the work to make the money on here. It's work, man. It's work. It's work sitting here talking. It's work. I got to sit here for an hour and a half or 2 hours talking. Talking to a phone or a computer or a camera. You know what I mean? Hungry. Stomach growling. You know what I mean? Or I got to use the restroom. I got to sit here and talk. You know what I mean? I got to feed off the people. I got to keep it going. You understand? I can't just say something, be quiet. What else to say? No, it's something you learn over time. You know what I mean? You know how to keep things going. Like we spoke about it earlier, as far as like topics, going off topic. Now, I don't mind going off topic a little bit towards the end. I don't mind that. But when you're in the midst of a conversation, I prefer not to go off topic, but when we come into a conclusion, fine. That's cool. When I say I'm about to wrap it up or I'm about to go in a bit, okay, we could slide off topic and smoothen it out, and whatnot. But it's a lot of work getting in front of a camera and talking, creating videos, getting on the StreamYard. It's a lot of time consuming and things like that. People don't want to put the work in, so they want it the fast way with clickbaits and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They don't want to earn every subscriber with hard work or every like. Not that it's about that, but of course, when you have a YouTube channel, you want it to build. That just, that's what's a part of, having a YouTube channel, it building. You understand that? And you can see when somebody's channel is building. They put in the work. You understand that? You got to put in the work. Sometimes you're going to have sleepless nights. You understand that? You're going to be tired. You're going to have to do not one video, 2 videos, sometimes 3 or 4 videos a day. Sometimes it's like that, man. You got to know when your peak time is. What people like to hear from you, listen to. Because if they keep putting out the truth of God and they're looking for money, let's just say they have a change of heart, man. I don't want to do this anymore. Now I got 50,000 subscribers. Now I want to put my stuff up there. You don't have an audience for your stuff. You have an audience for what you put up the first time. So it's gonna be like you're starting over. You know what I mean? Because a lot of them trying to get likes for putting out the truth of God videos and whatnot, and then they're deleted and try to put up their material. But guess what? It's almost like you're starting over because that audience is for the truth of God videos, not what you're about to put out. That's why when you build a channel, you gotta build an audience for the material you want to put out in general. You're gonna put out the truth of God, have a separate channel. Just straight the videos, have a separate channel or a few channels. You understand that? And then you have your channel where though you put your commentary like this, like how we're talking and whatnot. You understand that? We put in the work. It's hard work. It is hard work. I ain't gonna lie. It's hard work doing this stuff. You understand? But a lot of people, they don't want to put in the hard work at all. They want it the quick, fast way. Buying subscribers, YouTube terminating them. Clickbait videos. Hopefully YouTube gonna terminate them and whatnot. Don't do things to put your channel in jeopardy at all. You understand that? Because you got companies that's probably looking at you. You never know. You might get a sponsor. You might get a commercial deal, something, a voiceover deal, whatever. If you are a positive YouTuber, not that we're doing it for that. We're doing it more so to encourage the people, right? But hey, I believe people deserve, whatever money that they're gonna earn for the work that they put in. If they put in the work to earn their dollar, hey, more power to you. And I'm encouraging people who got YouTube channels, right, to get more than one. If you're gonna put out somebody else's content, get more than one. Put in the work. You understand that? If you're looking to make money off of YouTube, do your thing. Put your work in. You know what I mean? If you want to get money recording you cooking bacon and eggs, do your thing. You understand that? Do your thing, for sure. I'm encouraging people, get a YouTube channel. Get one. You know what I mean? Get one, learn it. You understand that? Learn it. It's going to be hard work, but learn it. You understand that? Put that work in. I'll help market you, promote you, whatever, if it's a positive channel. You understand that? I want to see people win. I want to see people win. I ain't holding back nothing. I want to see everybody win, for sure. All right? You says, me and my wife were checking out that Instagram page last night that you get your shirts from. Man, we like the content is wonderful. Oh yeah. So she attends, I think she attends the Detroit Temple. The one who does the clothing material. She's really good. You understand that? I think she attends the Detroit Temple or one of those temples out there in the Midwest. She attends. She's really good. You know what I mean? So instead of me trying to make these shirts because I don't got the patience, man. I tried, man. I tried to create t-shirts and stuff. I just don't got the patience, man. I thought I had it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, please forgive me. I don't have that in me. I don't have the patience. I could, we could exercise, do exercise videos and stuff like that, cooking videos, but making clothing and stuff like that with the patience, no. She gonna stay my designer. I keep her as my designer. Making the shirts and stuff like that. If y'all want any type of material besides my hats, because I can do the hats easily, go to Jesus, what is it? Jesus Clothing Crew or Crew Clothing on Instagram. You know what I mean? She's a member of the Truth of God, and she's really good with the stuff. You know what I mean? She got a website and everything, and that's what she specialized in. You know what I mean? I thought I could do it, but I just don't have the patience, honestly. I tried, but she is my designer where I get all my stuff from, and whatnot. So check her out. You understand that? All right. um, hmm. Express says I see a video said that one of the branch churches was boycotted and Jennings was upset. That is crazy. That is crazy, man. It's nuts. Where we at? Straight Facts says 10T News, be encouraged, bro. You have the right personality and the right spirit for your channel to be successful. Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. Just keep it going, man, for sure. You understand that? Figure out different videos, you want to put out, figure out your algorithm, your audience, what's your peak times, certain topics are good for certain peak times. You know what I mean? I see, sometimes when you talk about news broadcasts, is anybody going to talk about that at 12 o'clock at night or on a Sunday morning? You know what I mean? Mainly that probably will work on a weekday in the afternoon. You understand? I had to learn certain things like that, and I'm still learning about, what videos. Oh my goodness, man. Another caller. What videos are good for, different times of the day, and what have you. So definitely TNT. Keep up the good work, for sure, man. Just keep grinding. You know what I mean? In general, at TNT. Let me see where we at in the comment section before we log off. Appreciate that at Fremont. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Aaron Michael said, do you really like fighting? Do I really like fighting? Well, yeah. You understand that? Can we do that more so in holiness? No. You understand that? Gino Jennings, he liked playing jazz. I believe, that's what he loved. But could he took it to the next level as far as when they offered him $24,000 a month, something like that? No. You understand that? No. But do I like it? Yes. Some people don't like fighting. I do. You understand that? But we got to utilize that energy for something positive. We got to use that discipline for something positive. You know what I mean? And not nothing negative, because, one can slip off easily. You know what I mean? It's a good thing that we see Tyson. He's doing better. You understand that? A lot of fighters are like that. Some are quiet with it, some are loud. How Tyson was before. You know what I mean? It has to be controlled, and you do need to stay humble and calm and cool. Where we at? DJ Grant said, I tried so hard. For sure. Let's see where we at. You says, please put her information up. Okay, so shout out to her, man. You know, good person at the end of the day. Let me see if I could find her right quick. I'm trying to get it right now. Jesus Crew Clothing. I'm getting the link right now. Share too. Get the copy of the link. So there you go. So I put the link. The link is in the chat. The link is in the chat. You know what I mean? All right. So where we at before we conclude? DJ Grant says, brother, you should have caught TNT News live. Last live, the Holy Ghost was moving heavy. He says people were speaking in tongues and everything. You got to be there, brother. Well, man, you know, I try my best in general. I think I was there probably the time before that last one, you know. But appreciate that at Mr. Ham. Appreciate that. So the link to Jesus Crew Clothing, let me put it in again, is there. He says, can you post the link on YouTube community post wall for those who missed the live? If I don't forget. Where it says, for sure, brother, have a great day with time later on. We're thinking about 8 o'clock at DJ Grant. About 8 o'clock. About 8 o'clock. You know what I mean? We got to go. So we're about to wrap this thing up. Thank everybody for tuning in, for sure. Hope everybody have a blessed day. I'm Tony Harvin. I'm signing off. Lord willing, we'll be back around 8 o'clock today. In general, God bless everybody out there. I'm Tony Harvin. I'm signing off. Peace, peace, peace. All right.